And this is like potent stuff, so too much. See, too much. I don't know if I like that now. Welcome back. I thought it would be fun today to do a little makeup routine. So the whole premise of my makeup routine is quick, easy, cost-effective. So I'm gonna show you what I do. Very similarly to my skincare routine, I've tried lots of different makeup products over the years, and I finally settled on something that I like at the moment. If at any point you see any of these products and you think, I've got a better one for you, please comment down below so we can all learn from it. And if that's what you'd like to see, grab a cup of coffee if it's morning time, or heck, if it's afternoon time. If you're watching this at night, grab a mocktail, cocktail, whatever you desire, and let's get into it. Starting from a fresh face. I just washed my face, so we're gonna start from the beginning. So skincare, I have a separate video on skincare where I go through kind of these next 3 things I'm about to put on. So I'll just kind of do this part really quick. And if you want to see that, you can click, I'll put it at the end of the video. So this is just moisturizer. I always have to remember to like put it on my neck and my chest. That's always so hard to remember, isn't it? All right, I usually mix this in. I usually kind of put these on my hand at the same time. This is a vitamin C, and I'll kind of swirl it together on the palm of my hand and then put them on. So, but I didn't do that, so I'm just gonna do it separate. You can do it separate too. I just, you know, I feel like it just makes it faster because usually in the morning, I have 2 little kids, and sometimes I'm able to put it on, you know, at my leisure, if you will. And leisure, I mean, I don't have screaming kids around me. Other times I'll have kids in the other room that are calling for me, and I'm doing this at light speed. So I'm used to doing it fast. Hence the quick and easy title of this. So this is the SPF I'm currently using. It's a Trader Joe's one. I like it because it's like a super goop dupe. It goes on, so it's like a clear gel, and it goes on a little bit, a hair greasy at first, and then it actually does end up being very matte, which I appreciate because I just don't like that greasy, like I have combination skin. So my skin when it's hot out can get very greasy, oily looking, and not in a cute, like dewy way, but in a actually like, you should really like blot your face kind of way. So I really appreciate the matte of that. Now I'm gonna throw in some little things that I would do if I was doing something kind of like a semi-nice event during the day. So I'm gonna start out, I'm just gonna do the basic routine of what I do every day, and then along the way I'll kind of say, you know. Okay, so then after you put on your skincare, if you will, I like to then go right into my shaping stick. Now, let me preface this, quick pause. If I have something special, out of the ordinary, parent-teacher conference, a nice lunch with a friend or my husband or something that's not just taking the kids to school, running home, doing errands and that kind of thing, I use, I call it foundation. It's not foundation, it's a tinted moisturizer. This one is one of those tinted moisturizers that goes on, like, white, is it white? Let me see. I'll just show you. I'm not going to put it on, but I'll just show you. So it's white, and then I'll just, you know, I mean, we're here. And then as you rub it on your skin, it starts to change color and kind of match your skin tone. Really cool. I know a lot of them do that nowadays, but really, really neat. And this one also goes on really nice and matte. I'll put the link down below, but it's called Unisex Health Glow All Year Hydrating, blah, 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 blah. Tend to be made in Italy. Okay, so there you go. So that's that. We're gonna go in with our shaping stick. This is by Mario. This I picked up along with the blush I'm going to show you at Sephora at like the checkout, you know, where they have like kind of like the sample size, not sample sizes, but like the mini sizes. But it's called Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. And this is in color light medium. I am pretty fair. And I do tend to run more red than peach. So this one I find works really good. And it's a cream. And there, now with contouring, there is a whole guide on based on the shape of your face on what is recommended. So I'll pop that down below. I have a round face, I think, I've been told. I do the sculpting based on the shape of my face, but really if you look at it, there's not a huge difference between them. So okay, so you want to kind of pull this up. I kind of blot it because I don't want to be like, you know, I kind of blot it and you can see it going on. And then I go up and then you kind of skip for my shape face. You kind of skip that top, like the very tippy top, and come down on the sides. And then I kind of use it as a guide where it's like, if you were to do a fish face, like you kind of want it to go there or just above that. Now, I am no expert in makeup. I didn't go to school for makeup, but this is just based on all the research I've done. And when I've had my makeup done, it's what they've done and recommended to me. I'm starting to get these little, like, I don't want to say jowls. It's such a bad term, I feel. But I put it like right here. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can see that. I can see it pretty well. Okay. You look kind of crazy, but we're going to blend it all in. Then going to blend this in. I love these brushes. It's the RT. I actually got the kit. So I think it comes with, there's one of these that doesn't come within the kit, but I'll link the kit below. And I needed new brushes, so I got these. Let's see, are these all? RT kit, so all these brushes. This one's, I think, was separate because he's like purple and these are, there's two kits. There's like one or two kits, but I'll link below what I got. But these are all the brushes I got of the same, ooh, they're all like rolling around, of the same kit. Okay, so I'm gonna use this little guy. So what I like about these brushes too, not only are they good quality, but they also have the name of what it does in case you forget. Like I oftentimes will forget which brush is for what. So this says it's an expert face brush, and I have found this one, it's called RT200. I have found this one to work really nice with blending. So I'm just gonna blend this in, and I kind of do it the same way I applied the stick. So I'm dabbing, little hair, I'm dabbing along everywhere. Okay, so now that's all blended in. Just add some color to, like shaping and also color. If you're really pale or fair like me, just add some color. So now I'm moving on. Same brand, same, but different. This is a blush brush, Soft Pop blush stick. And this is in the color Watermelon. This one got really good reviews online, so I had to try it, and I really, really like it. When it goes on, you're gonna think, if you have a lighter skin, when it goes on, you're gonna think like, oh my gosh, that is bright, but it's not. Once you blend it in, it's not too bad. You look like a clown at first, for real. But, and then I use the same brush. If I had to, I kind of am on the fence about like maybe getting a second brush, like the same one, but for blush, just for the cream blush, I use a different brush if it's a powder, or I mean like a compact, but I'll show you that in a minute because I'm gonna do kind of two. So this goes just kind of right above where you would put that bronzer stick. So you want it kind of like high cheekbone. And the trends, it kind of changes. It used to be you put it up high, like in the 90s, everyone put it like really high, and then they started putting it like lower, and now it's kind of back kind of towards the cheekbone area again, I've noticed. Now, if at any point you get to where you think, oh, I put way too much on, just give it a minute, because I'll put on, when I get to the end, the setting powder, and that really tones everything down. After I do the blush, I will sometimes add a little shimmer to it. So I love the NARS. This is called Orgasm. It's like their classic color. It's just a light pink with shimmer. And the whole reason I'm using this on top of the blush I already have is for the shimmer. So I just take, this isn't an RT brush. This is just like a regular old blush brush, like a crown blush. I don't know. It's like one of those subscription boxes from a long time ago, and I'll just kind of brush it on. You can do this after setting powder, before setting powder. I like to do it before setting powder because I just like everything underneath it. But this will give you a nice little shimmer. That pumpkin spice creamer from Starbucks just came back out again, and I couldn't resist. I know it's mid-August, but after I shape, I'm going to put my setting powder now. This is a tried and true item. I've been using this since I was like early 20s, and I will continue to use it. I love it so, so much. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Micro Finishing Loose Powder. I had someone at Sephora once tell me that this was like overkill, that you only really use this if you're in like photo shoots and stuff. And I thought, hogwash, I'm going to use it because I like it. It's a loose powder, obviously, as per the name. And I use my RT 201 brush. This is a powder brush. So there you go. So I just dip it in, dip, 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 dip. And then I just kind of blot all over. Okay, so then I try to kind of also go in the flow of the shaping stick and the blush. So just get it all over a blot. If you are gonna drag it like up and out. And then I kind of get a little bit in my neck too. So see how that tones everything down a lot? So now instead of the blush looking kind of crazy, like you can just kind of see a hint of everything. Like it has a little more shape than it did before I had makeup on, but it's not like a full face of makeup, if that makes sense. Now we go in with our mascara. I'm feeling really daring, or if I have an extra time, or like I said before, if you're going out to a little event or a little get together, eyeliner. I won't do it right now, but usually I'll do it on the top lid, like at the base along the eyelashes. The reason I'm not doing it right now is because I need like some serious concentration with the mirror and everything. And eyeshadow, again, don't really do eyeshadow unless I'm going to a little special get together. The only time I'll really go all out for eyeshadow is if I'm going out at night, and that's when I'll do kind of like the smoky eye. So for an eyeshadow primer, I really like Urban Decay. This one's really good. I don't use it very often, so that's why I get the smaller tube, but they do have a larger tube if you wear eyeshadow more often. This Laura Mercier, it's called in the color Strapless, and it's just basically like a shimmery bronze color. And what I like about this is it reminds me of those Thrive sticks that really went viral a minute ago or a bit ago. And you just put it all over. You don't do all these different, you know, colors or shades. And then I'm using the RT 300 brush. This is called what's the actual name? Deluxe Crease Brush. So doing exactly what it's meant for. And I'm kind of doing these little micro dabs to blend it in. And my whole philosophy with makeup is you're not supposed to really notice. It's just to make you look not so tired and give you a glow, and like very, very light, barely tell it's there, but just give a little shimmer and a little bit of life to it. Moving on, staying in kind of the eye category, I have naturally blonde brows. So if you don't, great, that's awesome. I dye mine at home, and then when it starts to wear off, or if I just want a fuller brow look, I will use this by Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. And it's basically a mascara wand. Okay, but then it comes in different colors. And this, I don't even know what color. This is like a sample. This was like one of those like use 100 points at Sephora and get it. So you just brush it in as you would expect, and it just kind of, you know, like I've never been good at eyebrow pens. So if you know of a good like eyebrow, either something like this or like just something to fill in the brows, that's something that I'm looking for. So if you know something, then let me know in the comments below. So there's that. Super easy and quick, and I don't always do this. Like I said, if I just dyed my brows, I wouldn't do that. Don't forget the lip. I'm gonna give you two quick little versions of what I will do most often. So one is the down and dirty, let's run out the door and it feels great. This is the Burt's Bees Pomegranate. It has a little tint to it. Okay, it looks really kind of like a darker red, or not red, I don't know, somewhere between pink and red. It just gives a nice color, like just a hint of a color. I have one of these in my car. I have one in my purse. I have one inside. I use this all the time. This is my go-to. So it adds a little hint of color. If you're wanting to elevate just a little bit, this one is Laneige. Love Laneige. All their products that I've tried are great. This is the Lip Glowy Balm in Berry. They also, I mentioned this too in my skincare video. They also have like Gummy Bear. I think that's the purple color, and all different kinds. This one is just going to be your classic, like a light pink, but it doesn't really appear pink. To me, it looks colorless on the lip. It gives you more of that like kind of wet, I'll show you. Shimmer, like not a shimmer, there's no shimmer in here, but like a dewy wet look. So that's that one. So this one I like too. But if I'm in the car and realized I need to put on a lip, this is my go-to. So quick and easy. And then if I won't put this one on now because I like the way my lips are right now, but if you wanted to do something with more color, I really like these Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink lips. This one is mauve, and I'm not going to put it on again because I like the way my lips are, but I also realized I don't necessarily like this color on me. I need to get more color, this in a different color, but it goes on, it goes on really easy. Like the little brush is more flat, which I appreciate, and it makes it easy to shape onto your lip, and it dries and it doesn't transfer. Like you do need to blot it off and you do need a second to let it dry, but it actually does give you like a decent coverage for a couple hours. Sorry, that was loud. A couple hours before you have to reapply. I feel like I'm going to stop and realize I'm forgetting something. But basically, like, I mean, there you have it. Quick, easy, affordable for the most part. Yeah. And I like how it's just like nice and light. This is really nice too. If you are going on vacation somewhere humid, we lived in Florida for some time, a few years actually, and you just, that's when it's humid, the last thing you want to do is be putting on foundation and all this makeup, because even if it looks great inside, the second you step outside, it's just gonna be like melting off. And then it almost looks worse than if you did nothing at all, to be honest. So this is great makeup, quick, easy, cost-effective, recommended if you're going somewhere humid. I don't live in humidity anymore. I live in a very dry climate. So it's great really wherever you live, but it's especially helpful if you live somewhere humid. I really like how it's nice and light and it doesn't cake on. I really like, now this is something no one really talks about, but like the transfer, like when I go to give my kids a hug, it's not rubbing off on them, on their shirt. So I told you I forgot something, and I know I did. This is also kind of one of those things, like a little addition to elevate your look. I love this Anastasia Glow Kit. And it's basically like a highlighter. And they're shimmery. And there's different colors here. It's a palette of 4. And I really like to use Tourmaline, which is down here. I also like Moonstone, and sometimes I like Summer. Depends on the time of day, depends on where I'm going. So I'm gonna do, like since we're here, I'm just gonna do it. And I will do this actually over my powder, because I feel like if I put the powder on, then I put if I put this on, then the powder on, sometimes it will kind of blend it down to the point where you can't see the shimmer so much. So if you want the basic makeup routine, stop right there. If you want just like a little shimmer, this is like potent stuff. So, I mean, don't go crazy with it, because the second it looks like nothing's on, and then the second the light hits, see, it's there. And then you can do like, what do they call that? Like the angel's kiss or angel's something angel. Oh, too much. See, too much. I don't know if I like that now. All right, so that's makeup. And then also, if you do that, by the way, this is where the setting powder comes in. If you do that to where you're like, oh, that's too much. If you don't want to wipe it off and like kind of mess, just go down that route of wiping it off. Just take some more setting powder, tones it down a little bit. Okay, that's it. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. I bring out new videos every week. So until next time, bye guys.